Happy Tuesday. So, I thought before we started, we'd talk a little bit about the moon tonight, right? So, it's a full moon in Pisces. It is a lunar eclipse, which makes it a red moon. It's going to have a red tint to it. It's a super moon. So, it's probably the biggest we see this year, I think. I think. Um, and it's a great time to, if there's anything that you need to let go of, if there are emotions specifically, because it's in Pisces and that deals with our emotions, watery, and if there's anything that's not serving you that you need to let go of, tonight's a good night to do that. So if you're so inclined, write whatever you need to let go of on a piece of paper, fold it away from you, and set it on fire. So literally let it burn away. Let the smoke take those things and then move on, right? So tonight we're gonna pull some cards like we usually do. Hello, Robin. How are you? So we're going to pull some cards and see what happens. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to let me know what they are. I'm happy to do whatever I can to help you with some guidance. You can feel, I'm in Florida, and you can feel a subtle shift in the weather. It's not as devastatingly hot as it has been. There's actually a decent breeze. Robin's looking forward to the full moon and partial eclipse tonight, too. Yeah, it should be spectacular. I hope there are no clouds. It was a little cloudy last time I was out, but I hope it's not. Robin, you going to get up under your blankie with all your pets and look at the moon, do some moon gazing? If anyone has any questions, I see there's a few people here. Don't be shy. Robin will be on the deck with a fire. That sounds lovely. You know what? We might even have a fire here tonight. I think it's been wet enough that we can get away with it, right? A little card jumped out here, so look for messages while you're on the deck with your fire. See what the universe wants to tell you. So usually I pull a couple of cards if nobody's asking questions and see where it takes us. So let's say, what can we expect with this pretty auspicious full moon, right? We've got the Four of Cups, the Five of Cups, and the Three of Wands. So what are you not seeing that's right in front of you? What is it that you're missing? What do you need to pay attention to that maybe you just don't see yet? That's upsetting to you, that you're not, you feel like you've lost something, but there's still, this confuses me with the video. There's still things left behind, right? You may have lost something, you may have missed something, and because of it, lost something, but there's still something left behind. And this would be a good time to look out over your world and survey what it is that you need to look at, what it is you need to let go of, what you have maybe lost, that there's still something left over, and how can you be appreciative of it? What do you need to look at? So, nobody has any questions? I know the full moon is at, I think it's 10:34 Eastern tonight. And I know I'm going to be outside looking forward to it. There's a launch tonight, too, if you're in Florida on the Space Coast. like a lot of these cards are coming out sequentially or backwards sequentially. Is that a word? Backwards? I don't know. So the Three of Pentacles and being recognized about your work. Oh, Robin, maybe this is for you. And finding a balance with what you're doing, work and home life balance, or balance within what it is that you're working on, not overdoing it. And being in charge of your thoughts, your ideas, being able to bring them to fruition, right? I'm open for questions. There's a whole bunch of you here. Robin, how about you? Do you have any questions? Struggling with balance with home and pets. Yeah, that I could see that. You've got a whole bunch of them. So it was the Two of Pentacles with the Three of Wands. So that would say to me that finding the balance is going to probably be in how you look over, how you survey what's going on, where you can find your balance in there. Right? Let's see. Robin says all her choices are based on them. So you need a break. You need a rest, right? And so this card for me is always really interesting. The Five of Swords. This is the Wiser deck, by the way. I don't know if it's Weezer or Wiser. I don't know. But I love this deck. It's really got a lot of diversity that almost all of the Rider-Waite-Smith decks do not have. So the Five of Swords is like it was a battle, but it was hard won. Like nobody's happy with the victory. Like you got your way, but at what cost, right? And then after this battle, you really need a rest. And if you do those things, you'll figure out a way to make this work for you. You'll figure out a way to sustain what's going on, to make it better, right? This is our victory, riding into victory, right? So we lost two people who never asked a question. Sustain is good. Yes. Yeah. That's the bare minimum, right? Sustain what's going on, be able to make that work for however long you need it to work, right? Two people keep coming in and going out. I assume it's the same two people, but might not be. Maybe we're not going to have anybody show up tonight. Just me and you, Robin. Feel like I've said that before. So is there a delay? I feel like, Robin, do me a favor. When you hear this, just say yes or why or whatever. Your work getting paid to watch me? There you go. That's the way to do it. Yes, okay. So it's not too much of a delay. All right. Should we talk about politics? So what do we think is going to happen? What happened yesterday? Hey Anna, how are you? Welcome. So what happened yesterday in Palm Beach County, right? I'm good, thank you. Do you have a question? Well, we have two aces, which are the beginnings of things. Anytime you want to ask, Anna, go ahead. And the Knight of Wands. So, Knight of Wands is about passion, it's about fire. The Ace of Pentacles is about grounding and abundance, like the start of something new. And the Ace of Cups is all about new emotions, right? So I'm not really sure. I'm going to have to dig a little further into that, which I'm not going to do now because I'm afraid to. Okay, Anna, how will my business go? All right. This is the second time this came up today. I would first of all watch that you're making sure that you're seeing all the things that need to be seen, that you're not overlooking something. And there's the Knight of Wands again and the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so I'm going to say that you need to really pay attention to what's going on. Make sure that you've got all your T's crossed and your I's dotted, and really take this slow and steady and not rush into it, but still make it happen. Look at your passions, look at what you love to do about this, and it will lead to a new income stream. Sure. I think that that's a pretty good sign. Are you just starting the business? Ooh. Look, so the Four of Cups was make sure you're not missing anything. Make sure that you're looking at everything. And the moon suggests that there is something that you're not seeing. There's something underneath the surface that you really need to uncover and deal with. 3 years, but very slow. Okay, maybe there's something there that you're not quite seeing that you need to. And smile through music. Hi. Hi, Kristen Louise. How are you? So Smile Through Music wants to know, did Palash love Ankita? I'm going to say that Palash found it to be a bit of a burden and feeling like they were always in charge of the direction that it was going, and eventually decided to walk away. So I don't know if that makes sense. Let me know. Smile Through Music. Anna says, how can I see? Okay. Something definitely you need to look at the base. You need to look at the structures that are holding up the business. That's where the problem is. The tower is nothing can stand that isn't on a solid foundation. So I would look at right down to the basics of the business and see what's going on there. So how can you see that? Asking for help. Is there someone that you can ask for help from to help you uncover this? I see that this has been going on for a long time, that you're a little battle weary over it. These cards keep coming up. And the Rest card. So what I would say is See if there's someone that you can help, that you can ask for help from, and don't be so discouraged. Like, don't take this as like this is the end of anything. That maybe you need a little rest, step back from it. Maybe you can ask the person that you can ask for help to help you while you take a step back. Maybe you're too close to the problem. Does that make sense? Smile Through Music says, I am from India. It's underneath the little heart thing. Thanks for your answer. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. I hope it helps. Kristen, do you have a question? I need to think about that. Anna says I need to think about that. Thank you. You're welcome. Let me know how it goes. I'd like to know. So I think that the person that might be able to help you is someone that you look at as very steady, someone who is solid there for you, that you're able to lean on, that isn't going to be afraid to tell you the truth, that isn't going to be afraid to help you, right? That's what I think. I'll say, okay, so Kristen, how will my relationship with Beth develop? Will it stay as is or become something deeper? Anna, that helps. Good. Good. Okay. Well, Kristen's relationship with Beth. Okay, so we have two really strong women, right? The High Priestess and the Empress. One more inclined to keep to themselves, and the other one very creative and open. And I wouldn't say that it's fighting, but there's like a power struggle. Does that make sense? Does that resonate? Let's see. And then we have two more really strong women. The Nine of Pentacles, which is a woman very comfortable with who she is and where she is, and just has everything that she needs. And then the Queen of Pentacles, a very grounded woman. Okay, I feel like Kristen says, I feel like we keep things surface level and avoid conflict. That is exactly what it looks like. You've got two sets of really strong women cards, right? These two are both major arcana. Oh, I have trouble with the mirroring. Does anybody else? So we have the High Priestess and the Empress, both major arcana, right? So really important things that you really need to look at. And like I said, like one is kind of closed off and the other one is very open and maternal and creative. Not that the other one isn't, but it's more an internal situation. And then the Queen of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles both speak to grounding, both speak to being comfortable in the situation. Are you maybe both comfortable in your own situations, and bringing it deeper is what causes the conflict, or do you avoid going deeper because of the conflict? Does that make sense? We avoid going deeper in fear of conflict. Okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Let's see. Maybe we can get a clue as to why. Okay. Does one of you feel like you've been hurt by this, or you may, or were hurt very much in the past and need to keep hurt very much in the past and need to keep this on a short rein, right? Be fully in charge of it, not let the other person too close because the fear of being hurt again is something that they don't feel like they can handle. I don't know whether it's you or her, but that's what I'm seeing, right? That there's something that you're not going to be able to get past until something else is dealt with, right? The old pain, the inability to allow someone to get closer because you're afraid of the pain, and how it won't get better until that's dealt with, until that's put behind either one of you or both of you. Let me know if that resonates. Okay, Kristen says, I'm not sure. She hasn't mentioned any pain. She likes to be emotionally in control, though. Okay, so that would speak to that Emperor card. So there's loss with some left over, but then there's a voyage, whether it's emotional or physical, away from it. So I might, if I were so inclined, see if I could talk to her about that, right? Okay, so this card was backwards in the deck, so I thought that was interesting because I didn't do it that way. This is the card of like marriage, of parties, of getting together, but getting together for a purpose, for a union, right? So if you do those things, I feel like it's very possible that you can get to the bottom of that and move forward. And if it's definitely not you that's dealing with the pain, I would say that maybe speaking to her about that would help. Let me know if that resonates. Okay, Robin, do you see me staying where I am or moving away from my children again? Okay. So I think everyone needs to take a nap because this card has come up how many times tonight? So, this really doesn't speak to me about. Okay, so there's a burden that you're feeling like you are not capable of carrying this whole burden by yourself. And if you look at this card, if you look at the way he's holding the wands, no one can hold anything like that, right? Look at how his arm is. You wouldn't be able to sustain that burden. You wouldn't be able to carry it. So again, with this card, didn't we get this for the last question, Robin? So you can do whatever you want. You can make whatever you want happen, but at what cost, right? And maybe now is not the time to really make those decisions. Maybe you need to give it a beat, right? And something about this is, okay, so the Three of Swords, a lot of people think of that as like heartache. I don't, and I'm not the only one. I think of it as, what am I doing to hurt myself? Is this whole dance about whether or not you need to move or you need to stay? Or I know moving away from your children is painful, but maybe you need to not worry so much about that right now because it's hurting you to do this. It's hurting you to have these thoughts, right? Does that resonate? Three sons. Okay. And moving away from them would really, really hurt you. I understand that. I would suggest give it a beat. Just give it a beat. This is too much for you to deal with. It really, it is too much to deal with. You can be victorious, but at what cost? Like whatever it is that you feel you want to do, just let it simmer, You know what I mean? Let it simmer for a little bit. And three sons, yes. That's very good. But it's more of a feeling of not what they're doing to you, but what your inner turmoil does to you regarding them, right? Okay, Kristen says, okay, I will try to be brave, going deeper with her. I think, but I would do it delicately. I'm not really known for my delicacy. So I would say that just slow and steady. Just work at it, but definitely be brave. Let me know how it goes. You're welcome, Kristen. And don't forget to subscribe or like the video or hit the bell to be notified when we're going live. I've decided to do this every Tuesday at 7:30, at least up to the holidays. We'll probably take some time off for the holidays because we'll see what happens. But for now, every Tuesday at 7:30 Eastern, we're going to go live. So if you hit the bell, you will be notified when I go live. Mm-hmm. Okay, this heart thing. Is there anything I should know about something? Oh, thanks for coming by, Kristen. Have fun. Enjoy your webinar. You're welcome. Anna, is there anything I should know about something? It's kind of cryptic. Let's see. So I swear I'm shuffling the deck. I don't know where he keeps coming from, but again, is there something that you're missing? I would say yes. Is there anything I should know about something? Yes. And I feel like if you look a little harder, that it's right in front of you. And that's confusing. Okay, so the Knight of Wands, and again, the Ace of Pentacles. So what should you know about this? That I believe it's right there, that as soon as you look for it, you'll find it. And that it has to do with how you're dealing with your quest for whatever this is. It's kind of hard because I don't know what you're talking about, but let's see if this resonates. So on your quest to whatever this is, there's an opportunity to be grounded, to get to the root of it, to get to the heart of it, right? So I think, yes, there is something you need to know. And if you look deep enough, you'll get it. You'll make it. You'll be successful. So let me know if I got anywhere near what you're talking about. MT, hello. Virgo here. Can you tell me if my ex and I will reconcile? Okay, we got a jumper. We got two jumpers. So the Nine of Swords shows me that this is painful, that this is not something you're taking lightly, and that you can charge towards it, right? I always think of the word charge whenever I see the Knight of Swords, is that you can make whatever you want to happen, but is that going to work in the long run? So I can see that you're very emotionally involved in this, that you're feeling this, and that it's not a pleasant situation. And again, here's this, it's a burden. It's a burden that I don't know that you want to pick up, that you want to keep carrying. That even if you could reconcile, is anything going to change? Right? Anna says, "Oh my God, what don't I see?" I don't know because I don't know what it is. What don't you see? Somebody's lack of generosity, somebody's. So okay, so this card to me is Anna. What you don't see. This card is about generosity. It's about giving. It's about volunteering. It's about charity work. So I don't know how that would apply to what you're talking about because I don't know what you're talking about. So is there something that you don't see about somebody giving? Oh, is it that someone is giving and they may not have the best intention of what they're giving to you? MT, I was talking to Anna, sorry. But yeah, are you thinking, is it possible to change the situation, or are you just going back for more of a heartache? Is what I think. That's for you, MT. And so, MT, while we're on the subject, it's a fight. Everything is a fight. Everything is a struggle. Everything is a difficult situation. Is that when you're thinking about reconciling, are you taking this into account? Anna says, yes, it's true. Okay, so is there somebody that's appearing to be helping you and maybe you don't think that they are? Or maybe is that something you need to look at? Okay, MT, we've been together 16 years, 4 kids. That's hard. That's a lot of stuff. That's a lot to unpack. Do you want to reconcile? Anna said, yes, I need to see better. Thank you. You're welcome. Good luck. Let me know. Okay, MT says, yes, they do want to reconcile. Okay. Okay. So this is a lot of pain for you. Are you willing to go through that pain again? Do you think that anything is going to change if you do reconcile? I mean, I believe that, the power of our thoughts and our attitudes, we can manifest anything that we want. The question is it the best thing for us? Is it really what's going to be good for us, be healthy for us? So again, what's right in front of you, this card, I might take it out of the deck because it just keeps haunting us, right? And I think that you can make anything happen that you want to happen, but I think it's a painful situation that you may not be able to get past, that you may not be able to change. Sorry. Kitty Charisma, I love that name. New subscriber, new YouTuber myself. Love the gorgeous hair. Thank you so much. Thank you. If you have a question, let me know. MT, I love her, but does she love me? little more complicated than that. I think yes, there is absolutely a chemistry between the two of you. You've got a history together. There's some bright spots in it. And you need to look at the messages, whether it's from her or from yourself. But here's this card. It's painful again. Does she love you? All right, we're going to shuffle the whole thing. MT says, I feel with love, anything is possible. I agree with you. I agree with you 1,000,000%. The question is it going to be good for you? Or is it going to hurt you more? Okay, so does she love MT? I think yes. I think that yes, they're all falling all over the place. I think yes, there is a love there that but something's got to change. You have to make something has to like fall away. Like whatever it was that was the problem needs to be put aside, whether it's a forgiveness that you need to truly forgive and move on, or is it a part of the relationship that needs to go away? And how can you give to this situation and make it better for all of you, for you and her and the kids and everybody? Her mom, I don't understand what her mom is, what needs to change. Her mom is the problem. That's a huge problem because okay, let's say, is her mom going to lighten up, right? Can we say it like that? No. Okay, so you can lead the direction of this. Absolutely. Like you said, with love, anything is possible. But there's a problem. There's something that, and I don't really think that this would be her. I'm not saying her mom's the devil, right? But there's something that you're both stuck to that isn't serving any part of the situation. And that if you don't break free of those bonds, that's a problem, right? Okay, Kitty Charisma. What's Taurus's next action towards me? Excuse me. Oh, okay. So with this card, we have somebody's walking away, which when I first saw this, I thought they're going to walk away. But the second card was the 10 of Cups, which is the happy family getting everything you want. And the third card is the 8 of Swords, which is there's something holding the whole situation back. But it's not something that you can't get out of. If you look at her, she's bound, she's blindfolded, but it's not tight. She could get out of there, right? So what is it that is happening that is stopping? You're in no contact. Okay. Well, that's kind of confusing then, isn't it? He's locked up right now. So I think he's in trouble. I think that there's... Okay. So he's an emotional kind of guy, right? He's got all these big feelings, but this could be a card of promotion and of shouting it from the rooftops, but it's also a judgment, right? Is there a case pending? And could it be that he'll be looking outside for a while? Right, I'm going to wait for your answer before I pull more cards about that. MT, will she reach out? I don't think so. I mean, I don't think so. I think that too much has happened, too much has, spilled, for lack of a better term, and that there's a moving on, there's a leaving it behind, right? So I think no. But you know what? Anything's possible, but I think no. Kitty says he's already sentenced. He won't get out for another 8 years. Okay. There's this guy again. So he put me in a third party so I can. I'm just going to bump this so that I can see what it says. He put me in a third party so I cut him out. I don't know what you mean. You told him you wouldn't. I don't understand. He put me in a third party. He put you in a third party with another woman. Do you want him back? So you left him. Okay. So are you worried? Are you asking about what his next step towards you is because you're looking for a reaction from him? You left him. So I think this is a struggle. So, okay, you said he put you in a third party, and this is what I pulled, right? But it's a struggle. Everything is a struggle. Do you want to struggle like this all the time? Because you still have feelings for him, and I know that's very difficult, and I'm sorry. And sometimes it just helps us to step away for a little bit while we process what has happened. I don't know if I should let him go forever. Well, I think when is he eligible for parole? Is he eligible for parole? Because I don't even think you need to think about that. $2030. Okay, so should you wait? Okay. Okay, so you're bound up, you feel bound up, but you're not. You can get yourself out of this bondage and walk away and just be in charge of your own self, your own safety, your own life. Sorry. It's just what I see. No, MT, I'm sorry. A whole lot of heartbreak, right? It's a twin flame connection. I'm not sure that a twin flame connection wants us to suffer, right? So, and I also believe that we can have connections, twin flame, whatever you want to call it, that aren't meant to be forever, that they're meant to teach us something, right? I'm not a huge fan of the twin flame. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm saying that I think people put themselves in situations that are no longer serving them because of those two words. I would suggest that anybody going through this kind of thing take the time for you. Take the time to learn what you need to learn about yourself, about what you need. Like give it a rest, like worrying about what they need and what they're going to do and really focus on you and what you need to move forward, what you need to learn about, what you need to go after that's going to be good for you, that's going to give you an opportunity to start a new direction, to start a new path, to make your situation completely different, right? Okay. It really is hard to MT. I get it. I'm not in any way saying that it's not. It's very hard to. The push and pull. Okay. So, MT, should I move on? I met a Leo and I'm nervous. Okay. Slow and steady. Do I think you should move on? At least for now, yes. But don't rush into anything. Like don't like I just said, take some time for you. Take the time to get to know what you want, what you need, right? And what are you looking to sow? What are you looking to harvest? Because that's what you need to put in to the ground, to your life, to your reality, whatever it is, in order to get what you need, what you want. Right? So I think that says, yes, you should move on, but keep it slow and steady. Like, don't give it some time, right? Kitty says, how does he feel about me? He thinks you're a really bright light, and he thinks that, I think he thinks that he screwed this up, right? So I would say that this would be you. This would be the star, the person who makes the magic happen, right? And he looks at that you could have given him this happy life, right? That you could have had this passion, this life, but he screwed it up in more ways than one, right? He did screw up big time, and you deserve better. And so do you, MT. I mean, everybody deserves to be treated like they're cherished, like they're special, because we're all special, right? And we deserve to be treated that way. And, I can say that from where I'm standing, but please know that I did all this too. And it's hard. MT says she screwed up. It's the third time. Kitty says we could have been a power couple. I see that. Yes, the star and the Four of Wands. I totally see that. He screwed it up. You're almost completely healed. Good. I can't make this up. Where does he keep coming from, right? So see what's right in front of you. See what's right there. Look harder, right? So I would say that in both cases, it may not be the end of the story completely, but it's the end of the chapter, right? So that you may need to reroute and see where the good is going to come into your life. And nothing is forever, right? Nothing is the end of the story. Anything's possible, but at this point in time, for both MT and Kitty, I feel like step away from them. Get the things done that you want to do. Live what you want to live. Right? Kitty says, I don't think it's completely over for now, but I'm doing me 100. And I agree with you. I can see that you're doing you, and but it's hard to let that go. Okay, Clipboard. Hi, Clipboard. Is Jay developing romantic feelings for me? I love the name. That's fantastic. Okay, is Jay developing romantic feelings for you? Okay, so we've got the King of Swords and the Queen of Wands, which, right, they could make a great couple. And now when I say he, it's a king, but it could be any gender, any non-binary, it doesn't matter. We're talking about an energy, right? So a king's energy would be in charge and sure. And he always shows up as a king even though he's an Aries. Well, it could be, first of all, you got to look at their whole chart. And second of all, even when it's not in their chart, if someone is just who they are, you know what I mean? Like if they're in charge of their shit, I would say, yeah. I'm sorry, did I curse? So the king is very strong, very assured, very in charge of it. So is the queen, but she's more nurturing. She's got a softer countenance. She's got more of a desire to communicate, to be with the people around her, whereas he might be a little standoffish, right? So loosen the reins a little. Like, I'm not saying play hard to get. I'm saying maybe don't be so accessible, right? I think very much you and your signifier. Okay. Yeah, I think that there may be feelings there. And I think that they may respond I think maybe give them a little bit of space and not be there so much, like at their beck and call, that you have everything you need. You are able to completely make, this has been a theme tonight, you're completely able to make things happen, but are they the right things? So I would step back a little bit and see where this person, Jay, is responding and where they're not. You know what I mean? And then adjust what you want. We aren't planning to hang out in October. I decided that. Okay. Okay. So yeah, we're on the same page. But yeah, I think that there's some feelings happening, and I think maybe there may be a maturity. Oh, it's the King of Swords and the Queen of Wands again. So I'm saying yes. Maybe there was a little bit of, maybe not a little bit, but maybe there was some damage done somewhere along the line to them that is keeping them a little aloof, right? Am I missing anything? Clipboard says that's us. Wow, I love that name, Clipboard. That's fantastic. I really like it. He always shows up as a king. Okay, we got that. Okay, so we are physical with each other, but he isn't open to it being serious till last night. He opened up a bit, then went back into his shell. So, yeah, I think the idea of not being so accessible, nothing can stand when the base isn't good. So I would back off a little. I would let the situation maybe stew a little bit and then see what happens. See if they're more inclined to say, hey, you want to hang, right? Oh, Kitty, thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate you coming. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell. Take care. Thank you for coming. Okay. MT says, does my ex love her new partner? You subscribe. Thank you so much. We'll be here again next Tuesday. Does my ex love her new partner? I think they're hedging their bets. I don't think that they're ready to make a decision as to whether. I think they're, seeing what's available and what's out there and not in such a hurry, or they shouldn't be in such a hurry. But I think that truthfully, they're not ready for that. That they're hedging their bets. That they're torn. That there are two choices and they're torn. They're trying to find that balance. And here's the guy again. And this guy can also be, this Four of Cups can also be a bad attitude, right? Is there something you need to step back from and reassess? So are you not looking at it clearly? And who are they telling? Who's benefiting from this? Okay, a little confused. MT, me and that person or someone else? Is that what you're asking? So the ex or the person that you met? Uh-oh, Tower Destroyers here. Someone please report them. Okay. They don't like me. Okay. Sorry about that. Just have to take care of the trolls as soon as they show up, right? Okay. So MT, you and that person or someone else. Okay, we've got jumpers. So the wheel is turning. Things are going around in a circle, right? And things are murky. You know what? Let me get clear on the question, right? And we're running a little long, but let's answer this question. Do me a favor, MT. Ask me the question like you didn't ask it before, because I'm caught up in what's going on in the chat. Please. Okay. Does your ex love their new partner? I thought we covered that. No? Okay. I think your ex, she is not willing to commit to anything at this point. I think that there's a lot going on and there's some inability to make a decision or the lack of wanting to make a decision. If she's torn between me and him or someone else. Okay, is it MT, the partner, or someone else? Okay. Whatever it is, it's gonna hurt you. It's feeling stabbed in the back. I think we can almost take this card literally this time. I don't usually take things so literally, but it was not a good situation. It's not a good situation. And somebody's walking away from it. Somebody's leaving it behind. Is it you? Is it her? Okay, we got the Chariot reversed, which I feel it's out of your control. It's not something that you can even imagine to control, right? I think it's murky. I think that she doesn't even know. And I think it might be all three. I think it might be all three. So you left. I'm sorry. This it hurts. It's terrible. But I think at this point in time, I don't think it's in your best interest to go after her. You know, if she's going through some shit and she needs to just work it out and, you know, you want to be available, but don't always go to rescue her. I mean, of course, the kids, you're going to rescue the kids. I get that. That's not what I'm saying. But maybe not be so available for what it seems to me that she's playing three ends against the middle, right? And that could be because she's just going through her own stuff and she just can't do any better, right? What is this guy doing? Okay, so we are over. So I'm going to say goodnight. She's so disappointing. You know, we can't control other people's stuff. The situation is very disappointing. But I think you have the opportunity to do some thinking about what you want, what you need to do to make yourself happy. So I wish you the best of luck with that. Let me know how it goes. We'll be here again next Tuesday night at 7:30 Eastern. Subscribe, like the video. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming tonight, and I will see you next time.